was a small one. So it's all about the angle of attack.
So crazy shit.
So the overall track motion of what you're doing is basically going to be a circle. So you're coming through like this. Now that's without the yaw moves and stuff. So then the minutia of it is when you're coming in, you're looking down, yawing and rolling to, let's say, the right. Looking down, and right when you get under it, where the branches and stuff or whatever's over you, that's when you're gonna look up, yaw and roll in the opposite direction, come through, fluid movement, continue the circle. Okay? Like that. Okay. So it's pretty easy in theory, but it's one of those moves that the more fluid and the more finesse you have on the sticks, the nicer it looks. It looks, you know, you got to make it smooth. That's using a little bit of momentum, a little inertia and stuff, but not as much as the second thing. So the rocking motion is you're coming through, you yaw through it, you go up, boom, stall here for a half second, come back down. Usually I like to yaw the other way and go through. So it's almost like it's a reverse move, and you're using the momentum. So when you come through and you yaw, you need to have some speed to be able to stick here for a second. Because remember, your motors are going to be pulling you this way and it won't look as good. Okay, and a little secret tip is that to pull this off nicely, I like to turn my idle up off. So my motors will be spinning at like 2.5% for when I do these kind of moves. So if you don't know, I have the I have air mode and all that, but I also have, so I have my air mode set to 2.5% and I have my idle up set to like 3% or something like that. It varies on different quads, but so if I want to do like a wall tap, I'll switch the idle up down. If I want to go upside down and invert some stuff, I'll turn off the idle up. So the motors are spinning slower, so when I'm upside down, I'm not being pulled down as fast. So there's the theory. There's an ant crawling on the GoPro. Hopefully he goes over the lens. That'd be pretty nifty. Here he comes. Here he goes. Where he stops, no one knows. Maybe I can influence him a little bit. He likes that electricity, boy. Ah, he escaped. All right, let's do it with the next pack. So let me just show you my idle up situation. Is basically I have 2.5 and then flip the switch. 5% or so. So that would be something to think about, although you don't have to. It just, and especially for this trick you don't have to, but for some other things it makes it nicer. Like when I land, I always, just out of habit, I turn idle up off so I won't bounce around when I'm coming in Mach 9. Now the first person I saw do this was actually Drib. So I'm pretty sure I pulled it from him. That was a really bad one. So what you want to do is you don't want to go straight through, which is how most people do it, something like that, right? So with this one, you're coming in at an angle and you're pitching a little bit back. So you're looking up and you're going under something. So that's why it works best with trees, but you could do it with a pole or something. So you're yawing to the right, pitching a little bit to the right to be able to rotate, right? But you're doing it at a slight angle to where you're looking down. And then when you get in, you look up and go the opposite direction. So you get that effect. And this is gonna lead into the second move that I'm gonna show you, which is this kind of backwards pitching and then rolling back through the rockabye baby, if you wanna call it. Anyway, I gotta swap batteries. So we'll be back after these messages. Now let's go ahead and put it in step order. So the first thing you should obviously practice is just yawing through a big gap. Okay? I got a little scared because I didn't know. All right, so you want to get close to something and yaw through it. Second move, yaw, just go like this. at a big angle, right? And then as you can see, it's starting to lead into the second thing that I want to show you. So then the third move is just hit it at an angle and then boom, okay? And then lastly, the thing that separates this from all those, the final product, is that you're basically doing a half circle in overall movement. So coming in like this and then coming in, but then continuing as if the circle, you saw? So the circle's been made, boom. So you want to basically use it to make a circle, fluid movement, and that's how Drib pretty much does everything, right? So that's why this is naturally, I think, I call it his move, but I don't know. So coming through for proximity, generally I like to have it off. Okay, so that's the first move. Now think back to the overall motion. See, the bigger your angle is, kind of the cooler it gets, and the lower you go afterward, the cooler it gets. That was a small one. So it's all about the angle of attack, how you want to do it. What you want to do is you find your gap, get some speed, you yaw through it, and you do that. That's exactly how you need to do it, and make sure you do it that way every time. Otherwise, you can't be cool like me. So you want to go down like that, you come through, you pitch forward, back down, and you exit. That was really bad, I'm really bad. So let's try it again. So I need to come from like up here, you come down, you rock through, pitch forward, we're going back under. That's basically it. Here we go, going through, pitch, horrifying. So also I've noticed that generally these types of moves are, I don't want to say easier, but they're better and more fluid on Flight 1. For some reason, I don't know what it is. It could be the filtering. That actually could be why it's not working now, because my filtering is pretty much off on this quad, on all my quads. So here we go, we're coming through, pitch. So as you notice, I give it a blip of throttle right when I reach the peak. That way I can make sure that I'm inverted long enough to make it look cool. Blip, pitch forward. I'm not even inverted, I need to stop saying that. It's getting kind of dark. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. There he goes.
I take a pull off the blood, and I get my mind right. Bitch, chill out. You gon' get the dick when I say the time's right. Got